Tristan Thompson.
This Khloe
D-bag of the day.
Yeah, this Khloe Tristan Thompson thing is kind of crazy. Yeah. So Khloe is due to have her baby anytime, any hour now, and we found out there's these videos that got released of Tristan Thompson cheating back in October, then back last week, and now here's the next layer of the thing of the situation is the girl who we hooked up with in New York last week now is saying she's releasing text messages from Tristan Thompson, and also she says she has a video, a sex tape, and even says that she's also pregnant.
First question.
It's crazy.
And make sure you guys are close to the mic too. But first question. Do you guys think Khloe already knew?
Yeah, though I do think since it happened back in October, I do think you have some kind of, you speculate something.
Yeah, I mean, he's a basketball player on the road. She's dated basketball players before.
Married.
No, but
married,
he's not nice. He's not nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he does seem nice on the show. Very sweet guy. Seems like not really anymore, but like on the show seemed really nice, quiet. He really sweet.
That's a good question. I don't really watch the show, so I don't know how he's portrayed on the show either, or how big of a role in the show is. Is he a big role?
Very nice on the show.
You know what? There's two things that come to mind when I thought about the Khloe situation is, does his teammates LeBron hold any responsibility? I thought that. I think they some kind of like
to keep him in line.
Keep him in line.
There's if you're a leader on the team and here's the thing. It didn't just happen on his own time. It happened on a road trip. Cleveland Cavaliers were traveling to New York to play against the Knicks, and this guy goes to the club to hook up with a girl. How does he even get out? How is that even?
Man, no one should be held accountable for him.
You don't think so?
A grown man cheating on his pregnant girlfriend.
Yeah. But if you have suspicion, shouldn't you say something?
That's the question is where does your responsibility as a friend come in?
Yeah, I don't
or
think they
even
have a lot of responsibility, but you have some responsibility as an adult to say, "Hey, man, you're being an a-hole."
If they knew, assuming that they knew what was going on.
And you said he's 6'9", a basketball player. He's going to the club on the road game. What are your teammates saying to you? If they knew, they know this is not a good decision.
Why?
At least they should know somewhat of a good decision. Going to the bars and clubs when you're and this is the end of the season. The NBA playoffs start Saturday, Friday. And so this is the end of the year. This guy's going to the clubs to hook up with girls. I do think as a leader of the team, you hold somewhat of you should stop that.
Yeah, if somebody else knew, somebody should say something. Yeah, it's not their responsibility to stop him, but
say something?
I do think just as a decent human being, hey, man, you don't want to do this.
And here's the other thing. So Swaggy P, this happened with Swaggy P. So Swaggy P cheated on.
Swaggy P?
So he's a basketball player. He actually plays for the Warriors now, but he used to play for the Lakers. But so Swaggy cheated on Iggy Azalea when he was with the Lakers.
Oh yeah,
and they released it. And his friends released his teammates released the video, and everyone got mad at his teammates for releasing the video, admitting that he was cheating on Iggy Azalea. And they're like, you broke bro code. I think that's the most messed up thing. There should never be a code
for cheating.
That's you should cover up somebody feeling pain or getting hurt. Khloe's getting hurt in this situation. There should be never a code that you have to protect somebody.
I will say
who's
this
causing pain.
With their teammate thing, they played that wrong. You bring it to Iggy. You don't release it to the public. That's more of it seems malicious and spiteful and
I agree with that.
And hurtful than that. But yeah, if that comes down to the whole, conversation we've probably had a million times, see something, say something. At what point do you just turn your head away from what's happening and let people get hurt and be like, it's their problem?
Or what if they did bring it to Iggy and she ignored it and they're like, you know what, this guy's just never going to stop, and that's why they leaked it to the public. Do you think there's anything?
That's her decision too. That's not their.
Okay, that's fair. I think
if she's gonna overlook that and say, or maybe they deal with it in different ways. Even like Cardi B recently, they deal with those things different way with Offset and she, I don't remember the whole conversation, but she even had a conversation about that and was very specifically, it's like, listen, I did my dirt, you do your dirt, cut it out, I'll cut it out, we'll get it over. You can move past this stuff. You can make a decision as a couple to go ahead and move past something that happened. And if you do that, that's not only has to be respected by both people, but also the people around them. So
I do think there's a little bit of a difference though when you're in the public eye. If you're Tristan Thompson and you're an NBA player and you're dating a Kardashian, things that get leaked and with the decisions they make sometimes are forfeited because they forfeited some of their privacy. I don't necessarily think they should leak that stuff to the public, but I also think that stuff happens. Like you kind of like, okay, that stuff happens.
Sure, it's not. No one's offending him. Like you screwed up, man.
Yeah.
So, but if it was a conscious decision, I guess what we're talking about is a conscious decision. Hey, why not take it to Khloe first?
And the other thing that popped in my head is, do you think he should be allowed into the delivery room?
Yes.
That's her decision.
He's the father.
It's her.
That's her
Yeah.
decision.
That's
He's
her
the father.
Well,
Two
it
different
is-
answers.
It's always her decision.
Her decision. She's pushing the baby out, but like if
Well, legally, it's her
she told
decision.
me-
Okay, so now let's say take the delivery room. He should. Could he be at the hospital?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think so because he's the dad?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm
It's
saying that's
50% his.
Think
kid.
about when this happened though. This got leaked hours, days. She could be in labor now. She might have already and all of a sudden he's there knowing
Unless
that
he
this is
causes
this like
stress.
yeah
100% he should be allowed at least at the hospital,
at the hospital.
because when you're having the kid, you have the cheating has nothing to do with the kid. The kid is now the focus. If both you guys can handle your relationship stuff outside of that, when it comes down to what the kid needs, and the kid should have his mom and his dad, y'all can handle your business outside of that. But and if you can't compartmentalize that stuff, I think that's something you need to work on.
But here's
too.
here's where I'll argue against that though is she's delivering the baby. Well, that's really difficult on the woman. And so if that's going to bring her, like Taylor brought up the word stress, there's a difference of having him show up and see the baby after the fact. But when she's in labor, I think it's not even about the child at that
talking
point.
about
It's still
in the
about
delivery
mother.
room or in the hospital?
Just at the hospital in general. She knows that he's in the hospital while she's having that baby. That could cause her extra stress. And I do think you need to consider that.
Yeah, but
Regardless if he cheats or not, she chose to have a baby with him, so she's stuck with him. Like no matter what he does.
Doesn't mean she has to. Doesn't mean when she's. This is the. I'm as a guy, I have no idea, but I've only heard that is one of the most difficult things, and it's one of a woman can do. I think we need to respect their opinion. If they're like, this is going to bring me a lot of stress, having this guy at the hospital, knowing that just hours ago this story broke. She doesn't even had a chance to go over this in her head. She hasn't even a chance to come to terms with it. Maybe if we think that she didn't know and had no idea, and this news just broke while she's delivering this child, I do think we need to consider her feelings.
You did bring up a good point. Again, it's going to be her decision ultimately, and I do think that people have to respect that. But I think he has a right to be there. If now it comes down to if she doesn't feel like that's what she wants, where does he fall? Does he respect that? Does he say, you know what, you're right, I screwed up. I'll be back. I'll be back later to see the kid. Or, I don't disagree with the point too. Hey, I screwed up. This is still my kid, and we're gonna do this together. And you can hate me, and we can deal with this later. But we can do this. You can do this. This is gonna be a positive experience for no matter what. And you can present it that way. It's not easy. That's not gonna be an easy thing probably for either of them. And I think no matter what, that stress is gonna be on her. She's having a kid now with all that happening, whether he's 100 feet down the hall or not.
Yeah. To me, I think she has a right to say it, and I think whatever happens, I think you hit it on the head. I think he needs to respect whatever she says.
He's in the wrong. So
yes.
And I think he's forfeited his right, even as the dad. I think he's forfeited his right to have an opinion.
I think that's extreme. I think he's forfeited his right to not necessarily have an opinion, but he definitely has to go ahead and realize that he is maybe a tier lower in the decision making process.
I just feel like, man,
of what happened. I don't think
so hard to deliver a child, and I can never imagine doing that. And I think it's such a miracle that, like, if this person says, this is going to be really stressful, as a guy, you have no idea how stressful that's going to be. You have to take her word for it. And I do think you're the cause of that pain and the cause of that stress. You think you got to take her word for it. I think you forfeited to say, wait a minute, I'm not going to cause stress. Like, no, I'm telling you, you are, because what you did, your actions did.
So I think that bleeds, though. I think that bleeds to the future, unfortunately. I think that
it might.
And then it becomes a whole I want your father to be a monster in this situation because and it's going to start from birth. He won't be at the hospital when you're born because I want to make sure that this kid knows for the rest of his life he screwed up the day he was born. And now you have to decide, how are you going to handle that situation down the road? The kid's going to find out, obviously, it's a celebrity situation.
I think you're right. It could, but it doesn't have to be. And the only reason I'm saying this is I'm giving the timeline like I think that's a really important.
It's really
part.
fresh. Yeah,
it's
real
so fresh.
One week ago, yeah.
Yeah, so
I
she's
agree
had
with
no time to come to terms with this, and so I do think you need to give Khloe the credit. Going, hold on, I'm not trying to make you a monster. I haven't even thought about this yet. I do know that I'm in a lot of pain right now, and this has caused me a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress, and I don't want to deal with it right now. And having you at the hospital would have me dealing with it. And the main and only focus should be delivering that baby because it is a really, really difficult thing to do.
Yeah. No, I agree. The focus that I think you said it too. It comes down to the focus has to be on the baby, the health of the baby.
Yep.
And if that is something that affects the health
Of her.
then he should also recognize that as
100%.
well. That's on him.
Courtney was saying also you have to throw this in there that he did this to another lady and then started dating Khloe and like doesn't have anything to do with that baby. Is what it seems.
Do you think that matters though? That's not fair. That's like it's like victim blaming. Like all of a sudden it's Khloe's fault because she dated a cheater.
No,
No,
he's-
that's not what I was saying.
Well, just because of his history, you're saying that you have to take that in consideration.
No, I'm
Once a
saying
cheater, always a
he
cheater.
did that. So like I'm just saying, throwing that out there. That, like,
She's-
this is not his first time to do that. This I didn't say anything about.
You're just saying he didn't make a mistake. This is a scumball
like,
thing.
It's weird that this is a pattern at this
a
point.
pattern.
Nothing about Khloe. I
Oh,
love
okay.
Khloe. Just
So
saying,
so with her
just throw
decisions
that
down
out
the
there
road,
while we're
hey,
talking about it.
gotcha. So her decisions down the road are also like,
Keep this in mind.
yeah,
Yes.
keep this in mind that
Like,
he's
this is
kind
not
of a
the first time
scumbag.
occurrence, Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
or-
not gonna make him the
Or
scumbag.
even
He already
less-
was one.
Yeah. Even less about Khloe, just who Tristan Thompson is as a human. Yeah.
So
never-
kick him out of the room now.
Oh,
Not
you
a
changed your
man.
opinion. Kick him out. All right, let's go lighthearted. Let's talk about these brands. These
Woo!
the online poll, right?
I love a good
stress.
poll.
What?
Oh. Kidding.
No.
They're talking brands when you go brand to brand, and we're talking the Coke and Pepsi debate, stuff like that. Let's go through the list. You guys ready?
Yep.
Brett, Mega, Coke or Pepsi?
It's a Coke.
Girls.
Pepsi.
I only like Dr Pepper.
I mean, I don't
So
drink soda,
Texas.
but I
Sorry.
would pick Pepsi.
So
I
Texas.
can't drink Coke or Pepsi.
Yeah, I like the taste of Pepsi also.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even think it's close. I think Coke,
I think
hands
cars
down.
with Coke.
Coke tastes way better to me. I think Pepsi is just.
I think Pepsi's sweeter.
Wannabe.
Pepsi's sweeter, and I like sweet drink.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's probably true.
So that's McDonald's or Burger King. Brett,
McDonald's.
McDonald's fries. Go.
McDonald's.
Courtney, Taylor. Just the fries?
Yeah.
No, everything.
If we're going burger place, I would choose Wendy's, but McDonald's over Burger King.
In and out.
Burger.
Oh yeah, I love In-N-Out.
In and Out, that's a
Shake
different
Shack.
class. In and Out is a different class. In and Out, Shake
Separate
Shack,
class.
all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Whataburger.
Fast
Yeah.
food.
I think the Whopper over the Big Mac all day long.
These
Quarter
weak
pounder.
brands, Pepsi and Burger King, are the wannabe Coke and McDonald's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Burger King is the
Listen.
worst fast food.
it could be the worst.
No, it is. Dude, I love the Whopper. And the chicken tenders are so good from Burger King.
They're desperate, man. They're closing up all shop all the time. They do all these desperate pleas
Yeah,
and
I-
promo
So
gig.
bad.
I'm not talking about their marketing, branding, business sense. I'm talking
they're
about the
actually
Whopper.
good at that.
I like the Whopper. That's what I
Their
like.
food sucks. That's why they have to do all that crazy
The
stuff.
Worst
And-
fast food.
Really?
Yeah, it's
And
horrible.
People say McDonald's have the best fries too. Remember
they
Burger
do.
King changed their fries like 10 years ago?
I'm not going to try it.
I liked them.
No,
I-
they're
They
still.
changed theirs like 10 years ago also with like the sea salt. I
Yeah.
don't know why, but I'll always remember that. And those are so good.
But if you're going fast food, I think Wendy's over McDonald's
No.
still, though.
No.
no way.
Wendy's is also quickly becoming just as popular as McDonald's.
That's
It's
because they
probably
troll
won't
them
pass
on Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
their
their tweets.
tweets are crazy.
Their mixtape, though. Ooh.
Their mixtape. That's true. They did have a good mixtape. The Wendy's one. Netflix or Hulu? Taylor.
Netflix.
Netflix.
Courtney.
Netflix,
Yeah, Brett. Everyone Netflix. Instagram or Snapchat?
Instagram,
What
easy,
am I
no
supposed to
brainer.
do?
Yeah, true.
What?
I have to be low-key professional on Instagram, but Snapchat, ooh.
Yeah, I
I
like
hate Savage.
Snapchat.
You could be a savage. What's the meanest thing you've ever said on?
Oh, I meant like I
Mean?
could be like totally drunk and.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Party stuff goes on Snap.
Yes.
Why? How come not on Instagram? Now the stories disappear too.
yeah,
I'm
but
friends
like.
with a lot of different people on Instagram.
Yeah, I watch what I do with
It's like
Insta.
Facebook, Instagram, Snap on like levels of.
Do you think things are forgiven more on? Is that what it is? Like people are
Yeah,
like, oh, you did
yeah.
us the snaps, so it's more forgiven.
I want to say.
Well, you friend different people too. I think like your Facebook, you're more likely to friend a family member or a parent because Facebook's the oldest.
But
More
Instagram.
I
personal.
blocked all my family.
And then like Instagram,
Yeah, I
still
blocked-
Instagram is quickly catching Facebook, so there's still a lot more people joining Instagram, so it's still more professional. Snapchat is a younger demo of people, so that's who you.
Do you
have.
feel like your Snapchat's almost like your Finstagram? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
'cause, yeah, you put the stuff on Snapchat you wouldn't put on Instagram.
Yes,
For
like
sure,
I
it's
ask
funny.
people, I'm like, if I don't really know them like that well or whatever, or if like they know my mom, I'm like, can I trust you with my other life before I like accept them?
They got better filters on
Does have
Snapchat.
another
Too.
life.
Yeah, I'm like.
Courtney,
need
do you
to-
have a Finstagram?
Yeah.
Oh, you
What's it?
I have a Finsta.
What's the
Do
name
you
of
really?
it?
I don't know. I didn't know that. What's it? Can I have it?
No.
Can we have it?
No.
Can we all have it? Can we put it on the
Like,
podcast?
I'm very picky with my Finsta because I'm like, what if down the line I want to say something?
How many people do you got on your Finsta? How many people are following you?
Kind of sad because like it's like my really close friend, so it's like people I already text about, but
How many?
I see you more than I see my own family, and I can't be on your Finsta stand.
no,
you
because
like
I work with you. We're not even Facebook friends.
I thought we were homies. All right.
That's
Awkward.
Like there's different people for different socials.
Yep, we established that.
All right. I have no preference to this, but I feel like this is Courtney and Taylor are gonna have a big preference in this.
Yes, I hope it's a boy band.
It's not. I would definitely have a. I have a preference
Oh
in
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Is
you're
it
right.
food?
It could have been not.
Nickelodeon or Disney Channel.
Oh.
I like.
Disney Channel movies, but Nickelodeon has some really good ones like iCarly, Victorious.
Are we counting like Nick at Night, like Fresh Prince and like Full House?
That's old school. That I have opinion on. I don't know.
Yeah.
Amanda Bynes,
Nick at
Amanda
Night I
Show.
can do, but like when I was younger, probably Disney.
What about Snick? Remember we sat on the Snick
Yeah,
couch, man.
Snick, yeah.
You remember Snick? You guys don't know Snick. We know Snick.
You don't know.
So
Saturday
Snickers.
Saturday
I think
night. Yeah.
Disney movies throwback Nickelodeon shows like Hey Dude,
Oh, I love all
We're talking
Suture Shores,
Disney
and-
Channel, not
Disney
Disney
Yeah.
Channel's different than
movies.
Disney.
Disney Channel movies or Nickelodeon. So it's a Disney Channel movies, and then I would choose Nickelodeon TV shows
Yes.
though. I don't like the Disney TV shows, but I like the Disney
Hannah
movies.
Montana's iconic.
Hannah Montana, Sweet Life, Wizards. of
Wizards.
Wi- yeah, see,
Those
that's
are
what
the
I
ones.
watched.
Oh, Raven.
Raven. They
That's
didn't
it.
even know Raven was psychic.
Only
until
those four, though.
today.
I've never seen any
Only
of
those
those.
for Live. But other than that, like Nickelodeon takes it.
Yeah,
And they're better to their.
and I think it's Disney Channel, isn't it? The Descendants Disney.
Oh yes.
But yeah, I just know that because Chance loves. But I
don't know
he's,
the
he's
Descendants.
8 years old. It's actually a really creative idea. They took all the, and you might like this concept too. They took all the kids from the Disney villains and they made movies about them. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so it's like Ursula's kid and
cool.
all the Disney villains and Jafar's kid like are now battling good and evil.
Speaking of kids, I thought a creative way. Don't sell it to somebody, but I thought it would be cool to do a James Bond with a girl, but have it be like James Bond's daughter, like flash forward.
They were talking about that because Daniel Craig just signed on to do.
He's not doing it.
He
Off to do it. I thought.
No, and then he signed
Signed
on.
back on?
Yeah, it was officially now. I think it was the 25th.
Because Tom Hardy signed on to do it, so that's weird.
Yeah, unless I'm wrong, but I just saw that he signed back on to do it.
You know who was gonna
officially.
do it?
I'm interested.
Harry.
What? Harry
Styles.
He was rumored
tried,
because what's
yeah.
his name is going to be directed, but
Heard it
he
in the
dropped out
Hot
of directed
Three.
it.
Heard it in the Hot
Yeah.
3. And now no Harry Styles.
Let's see what it going right now. It says Bond 25 is his next project.
Who?
Daniel Craig. Bond is coming. 25 is coming sooner than you think.
I've never seen a James
So it looks like
Me
it.
neither. I just.
You've never
noticed
seen
it.
any of them.
James. James Bond.
But wasn't there? I thought there was talk of having a female James Bond somewhere. And I don't know if this was just people talking or the directors talking, but I did read something about them having it, and I do think that would be a cool twist on it. That the James Bond daughter, when I don't know why I thought it was to me it's almost like having like the movie Taken, and having like that daughter come back and kick some booty.
I didn't. I've never seen the Taken ones.
You never saw the
What's
Taken
his
movies?
name? Yeah. Yeah.
Same
That
story
was
over and over
huge.
again.
Yeah.
It is, but the first one's pretty good.
They were really good. Anyways, let's
I
see.
like Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson is awesome.
He's cool.
Give us one more.
Last one. I don't know
Make
if
it
I
a good
like
one.
these comparisons. Let's do pizzas. Pizza.
Oh.
And now we're talking chains because being from
Oh,
what?
no!
What?
Don't even talk to Scotty about Papa John's.
Papa John.
Papa John.
I love Papa John's.
I did. I said something about Papa John's one day. I said something about Papa John's that got you all worked up.
The NFL.
The NFL. I said
Oh, yeah.
NFL kicked out Papa John's, and Scotty got mad. He said, "No one's kicking out Papa John's."
Yeah, Papa makes his own decisions. That's why he's the Papa.
That day I asked.
Oh, that's
I was
right, I
like,
forgot.
what's y'all's favorite pizza place? And you were like, Papa John's.
And
love
Taylor's
Papa
like,
John's.
Taylor goes, "I will never say a bad thing
I
about
forgot all
Papa
about that.
John's again."
never-
Scotty was so mad, like it was personally offended him. All of it, when you left the room one day, they're like, "Dude, don't ever mention Papa John's again." That's why we all reacted that way. So Papa John's is my favorite.
That's not your favorite.
All right.
I
well,
love Papa John's. What are you talking
the
about?
comparison they have are Pizza Hut or Domino's.
Yes, good.
Domino's.
Really?
Pizza Hut.
I haven't had Domino's in forever.
Domino's
Pizza Hut
adds
had
a
it
little
recently.
Spice.
Wait,
I-
what's your choice?
To the crust.
I'm gonna go Pizza Hut because mostly because I can't remember what Domino's tastes like.
I personally like Pizza Hut better.
Okay, so
Because I
that's
like the
your
stuffed
answer.
crust. No, but I order Domino's more often because my wife Katie
Really?
likes Domino's better. So if I were to order like a fast food joint, she's not a big Pizza Hut fan. So I get Domino's more often.
The
So, like,
sacrifice of a husband.
Yeah.
You sacrifice
I
that
get more
pizza.
Domino's.
Like
So-
to be married.
The only time I ever get Pizza Hut is like when she goes out of town for something. I'm like, well, fuck it. Well, fuck
You
it. I'm
cheater!
getting Pizza Hut.
You
I'm
cheating
getting Pizza Hut.
bastard! You cheating bastard! Okay, fun fact. Yeah, their faces when you said that. Fuck, pizza. Fun fact: I went to the Pizza Hut factory, like the.
You cheated on Papa John's.
Listen, Papa never invited me to his house.
Yeah, Papa walks in like,
It was when they were coming up with their new flavors. I don't even remember.
Well, you got invited.
Yeah, so I
Our
had.
invite.
It was you didn't get one because you don't
weren't
belong
born
you
yet.
don't belong back in the kitchen. But I talked to their head chef, and these guys are serious about their flavors and their matchups. And I made a
You
pizza
got to
that
make one, yeah.
yeah that they said could have made the menu.
what'd you name it?
Could have.
I don't remember. It was a long
You
time
named
ago.
it Papa John.
But I had
At Pizza
but
Hut,
I
it's
used a
like,
white and a red sauce, guys.
What? You
I used a
mixed
white
it?
red sauce.
gotta
I used
mix
4
it,
different
man.
kinds of
I
cheeses.
love it, Alfredo.
I had pepperoni a crust on the crust. I had spinach on top with a balsamic,
You lost.
a honey balsamic
How many
drizzle.
sauces did you have on there?
All the sauces.
And
it
then
was
pineapple
He
on
called it
top.
love
Oh,
pineapple.
the pineapple.
Saucy Scotty.
All right, so we're deciding Pizza Hut over Domino's, or
For sure.
unless you're Brett's wife, or unless
I
Brett's
said
wife,
Domino's.
unless you're Brett's.
But
So Brett, you have to make a decision. So are you Pizza Hut or Domino's?
Pizza Hut.
Okay.
okay, good.
He's a Pizza Hut.
But I'm
and
more
let's-
likely to
I
order
only get
Domino's.
Pizza Hut if I like get it at the AAC. for
Okay.
once.
Yeah.
They
People
really
always
they,
get that
We're
in.
sponsored by American
or Target.
I'm sponsored by everything.
They have Pizza Huts in the Target
Yeah.
and the Target too. All right.